Beats Planet.
Yo. Let me turn my levels up. Can I get my theme music? Hello? Can y'all hear me? Let me check my levels. Hold on. Let me turn my levels up. All right, cool. Y'all can hear me. Yo, Pete, man, this is a very impromptu situation. You know, if y'all keep up with my live stuff or you just hear me talking every now and then, y'all know I'm moving between, towns and states and things like that. And I had to take a road trip this morning. The draft was last night and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't get a chance to react to it. And I'm here. I ain't got no microphone. You know what I'm saying? I'm just flat out, nothing but me, you, and the laptop. You know what I mean? So, if you watching this live, shouts out to you. Haven't been able to drop any film sessions because I haven't had any Wi-Fi, and I'm kind of hot spotting this up right now. I have unlimited data, so I'm kind of hot spotting this thing up now. So just to bring y'all my reactions because people been asking for it or whatnot, and we here, man. Round one was last night. I'm gonna talk about every pick, all 31 picks, and all that, and just give my opinions on it. I'm not gonna take any phone calls today because, like I said, my full setup ain't here. Y'all don't see a microphone nowhere. This is an empty apartment basically. So, we gonna get everybody set, and I'm gonna start my thoughts and analysis. Want to watch later? It'll be up later. Like I said, man, I'm taking And shouts out to my foreign listeners, man, because I never start this early. I never start this early. I'm usually doing something on a weekday. So shouts out to y'all. Y'all get to tune into a show and it not be 3 o'clock in the morning for y'all. So shouts out to y'all. Cool. I'm taking Facebook messages. I'm taking comments in the YouTube section, and I'm taking tweets. And if you want to Snapchat me, let me cut my phone on, cut my Snapchat on. If y'all want to Snapchat me, hit me up on the Snapchat, because I know a lot of my foreign listeners, y'all get kind of worried about your long distance fees and all that. So if you want to hit me up on the Snapchat, hit me up on the Snapchat. I'll be here. That there, boom, boom. There you go. Snapchat is ready. Let me check these texts. It's nobody. Cool. All right, so I got my Facebook pulled up. I got my Twitter pulled up. I got my list of draft prospects pulled up. Cool. YouTube comment section. Let's see who in the comment section. Said he fresh. He was very excited. He got Treadwell last night. Shouts out to you, man. I appreciate your dedication. That's my homeboy that was talking crazy about said Vikings that one time. My homeboy Draylon Williams. He was talking crazy about said Vikings. I think he's in the north somewhere. He's a Packers fan, I believe, and said got mad and said he looked like Akon. So shouts out to Draylon Williams. We like the roast here. Shouts out to Dan and his Falcons, Andrew and his Pittsburgh Steelers. See, I know y'all teams, man. You know what I mean? If you mess with me long enough, I remember your teams and all that. You know what I'm saying? Alex Rosenwig at the top. Well, that was from the last draft, but he a Cowboys fan. What up? Nick Ruiz, tell me your team, man. I don't know your team. And if I don't know it, I want to get to know it. Guava Gomez. I'm assuming you a Jets fan. You're asking about the Jets. Cool. Let me get into the situation. Yes, I am taking comments in there, and I guess I'm going to do, what was it, 31? So I guess I'll do about four picks or whatever, then I'll go into some comments. Then I'll do another 4 picks. I'll go into some more comments. That's what I'm gonna do. All right. Tell me if my how does my sound? How is that going? Because I don't have a microphone. About four. Okay, I just heard me. Cool. My sound's decent. All right. I'm gonna look at some comments and I'm gonna get into some picks. Here we go. Andrew, I love this draft too, man. It was a great draft last night, bro. Outstanding draft, very emotional draft for those of you that picked well, and for those of you that reached a little bit. A lot of emotions last night, so we'll see. Doctor said Jack doesn't need microsurgery. I saw Jack dunking the basketball. That whole report about Miles Jack dunking the basketball. That seems like a good way for your agent to gain you some last minute draft stock after missing the first round completely. So I don't know what to feel. You can dunk a basketball, but can you tackle running backs? That's my thing. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what Miles Jack has to say about that. Dan was right. Rich Homie Quan was not the first receiver taken. Yes, Dan, you were absolutely correct. How do you feel about Darren Lee to the Jets? I think Darren Lee is a weak side linebacker in a 4-3 system. I think Reggie Ragland would have been a better fit for what they're going to do with Darren Lee in that 3-4. But hey man, if y'all like Darren Lee, you know, I'm not against you liking Darren Lee. This is a passing league that's becoming more geared to becoming more. Man, wait a minute. You ain't finna fool me. I'll get the Darren Lee when I get to 20. Don't try to set me up like that. Don't try to set me up like that. I'll get the Darren Lee when I get to 20. And I'll get to the Bears whenever they trade it and they get to what they do. Nobody asked Vach about the Neo pick. Shit. Shit. Are you going to analyze each pick in order? Yes, Bailey. I'm going to analyze your Pittsburgh Steelers Artie Burns selection when I get to it. Yes. And I'm going to talk about the guys that are left over. I'm going to touch on all that. So just hang in there with me. All right? I don't want to be on this show all day, you know what I'm saying? Because, I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning, took a road trip, so I would like to take a nap at some point. But we going to get this content out, take a nap, wake up, and get round 2 in our system. Round 2 and round 3, day 2. All right, first pick was St. Louis Rams. Jared Goff, man, the more I think of this pick, the more it makes somewhat sense to me, man. You got to build for the future. How many times do we look at teams like Houston or teams like New York Jets or teams like the Rams, and we look at them and go, man, if they had a quarterback, they'd be much better, you know. Now, granted, your team has to be in a certain position to be able to do this. You just can't be Cleveland talking about I'm going to trade my whole future to go get a quarterback. Because you can have a quarterback, but ain't nobody else ass going to play for him, going to be there for him. And you can't just say, I'm going to go to free agency, because you can't attract free agency if you're looking horrible. And that's the part that I missed. The Rams trade away all their picks, but you can say, yo, look, insert free agent. Let's see who's a free agent. Let's say Calvin Johnson, right? Calvin Johnson that never officially put in his retirement papers. I might be the first one saying this. You'll hit up Calvin Johnson, be like, yo, man, listen, we got some decent guys on defense. We drafted Greg Robson on the offensive line. That should, solidify some things on our offense. Stability wise, we got Todd Gurley behind the line, and we got Jared Goff coming up. You want to try to, make something work. You can be the main cog in the offense, and we could put Kenny Britt where he belonged, not getting number one receivers, and we can move things around. Things like that, man. You can make that pitch to free agents if you have a franchise quarterback. Teams like Houston last year, like, they was built already. All they need is a quarterback. But if you're a team like the Browns and you don't have a quarterback, yo, Calvin Johnson, you want to come play for us? And Calvin Johnson cuss your ass out. You know what I mean? That's what happened to you. So the more I thought about it, man, you need franchise quarterbacks. They say defense win championships, sure, but you need franchise quarterbacks to win divisions, to have winning records in general. You know what I'm saying? So I like the pick by the Rams. They gave up a whole heap of picks, and I think the Titans should come away with some type of Herschel Walker Dallas Cowboys revival out of this. They got a gang of draft picks in a deep draft, and the Rams could suck, and the Titans could suck as well. The Titans and the Titans and the Rams could have early picks. The Titans could have theirs and the Rams' early pick next year. The same with the second overall pick. Philly and the Browns could both suck, and they could have both high picks. Like, we could have two teams with 2 top 10 picks next year. That's possible, and that'll be ridiculous if it happens. All right, so just be on the lookout for that. As far as Philly goes, Carson Wentz is in a different situation. Everybody knows. Like, it was no secret, man. One thing I didn't like about the draft, I hated this whatever the word for opposite of organic is, fake. This fake drama that they were trying to build. You know what I'm saying? They were telling the Rams not to announce your pick. Let the time run down before you announce your pick. Just to try to make it a TV show, make it a reality television show, and they got their ratings. So shouts out to the NFL for that, and shouts out to the Rams and Jeff Fisher for doing the favor for them. But I don't think Carson Wentz is going to be a day one starter. We all knew Jared Goff. He was able. I don't think he starts. I really do think Case Keenum starts the preseason, but I do think Jared Goff will be the quarterback soon. Just throw him in the fire. Even if you suck this year, let Todd Gurley get another year under his belt healthy, keep building his confidence. Let that line gel a little bit more. Build yourself as a team so next year in free agency you can attract more guys and let Jared Goff get his wings up under him and just try to build a team like that. Jared Goff can step in day one. I don't think Carson Wentz is going to step in day one. I think Chase Daniels might have to be the starter for the Eagles, man. Cause Sam Bradford acting like he don't want to walk away with free money. Sam Bradford acting like look. Cause watch this. If somebody asks y'all, hey, would you sit on the bench or just play a little bit for however much $9 million Sam Bradford getting this year? Would you do that? Hell yeah, I'd do it this year. I'd be grateful, and I'll try to get a job next year. You know why? Because Matt Castle got a job this year. He's a second string guy. He's on Tennessee roster doing something. But Matt Castle got a job. And if Matt Castle can get a job as a backup, Sam Bradford can get a job as a backup. Sam Bradford has robbed the league for plenty of money. He was the last of them big contracts. He's robbed the Rams of plenty of money. So he should be fine taking that cut. So Sam Bradford, shut up, I'm going somewhere. But as far as the pick, Carson Wentz, I don't think the Eagles are as stable of a team as the Rams are. The Eagles did something with their team that I like to refer to as the purging of Chip Kelly. Like, they ain't just get rid of a few guys. They didn't just cut DeMarco Murray. Like, they got rid of Maxwell, Kiko Alonso. They traded some picks away. They moved around. They went up and they got their franchise quarterback. Now, the Eagles' defense is a little less put together than the Rams' defense is, and there's no Todd Gurley on the Eagles' offense. Now, the Eagles got a 4th-round pick. I guess they'll draft a Paul Perkins type of guy there and I guess try to build around him. But I don't know how good of shape that offensive line is in or whatnot. And I'm all for people getting their franchise quarterbacks, but your team got to be in some kind of shape if you got to trade up to get them. It ain't like you sucked that bad and you ended up getting the guy, but you gave up a lot of assets to go up and get a dude that you may not be ready to use right now. So. So I mean, I'm on board with what the Rams did, but I may not be so much on board with what the Eagles did. Shouts out to the Titans and the Browns for getting those picks, but the jury's still open on the Browns because they do like to do Brown things. Man, I got a lot of comments, but I'll be back in 2 more picks. The Chargers taking Joey Bosa was the first big boom of the night, and the Chargers did an outstanding job of not letting us know who they're going to pick. Watch this. Just let me work. We were thinking it was either going to be Buckner or Ramsey or Tunzel. You know what I'm saying? But all of a sudden, I'm sure the entire league knew, because they said it last night, the league knew of this whole Laramie Tunzel thing, and we'll talk about that at pick number 13. I think the league knew a little bit more of this Laramie Tunzel weed thing. So I think brilliant move by the Chargers. It didn't work, but just the chess pieces, right? Watch this. The Chargers, what I think they wanted to do, I think they wanted to they say the Chargers say Laramie Tunzel had an allergic reaction, but I think the Chargers wanted Bosa the whole time. Nobody thought Joey Bosa was going to go to the Chargers. So if I'm the Chargers, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be like, the last available tackle that'll probably, be first is Ronnie Stanley. Let's put out reports on saying that we'll take Ronnie Stanley, knowing that Laramie Tunzel is going to get in some type of trouble or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because they know that Zeke. Because they know that Zeke and Buckner and guys like that or Tunzel. They knew that those guys were going to fall. So what I think was going to happen? I think they knew the Jags or the Ravens wanted to tackle. It didn't end up being the Jags, but it ended up being the Ravens. So I think they put out, hey, yeah, man, I think we're gonna take the tackle, knowing that this Tunzel stuff was gonna come out. So that's when we saw that old silly ass report that that the Chargers were gonna take Ronnie Stanley. We were like, huh? How? You know what I mean? And it makes sense now because if you the Chargers, you want the Ravens to try to jump up. So if you the Chargers, you'll get draft picks. Go to number 6 and draft Joey Bosa any damn way. You know what I'm saying? That's what's brilliant. That's what would have happened. It didn't work out that way. But if it would have worked, that would have been a brilliant chess move by the Chargers. I ended up laughing at the Chargers for taking Joey Bosa because Joey Bosa is going to try to be an outside linebacker and in that system, and they're gonna eventually change him into a hand in the ground type of guy. Or if that coach gets fired and a new guy comes in to implement some 4-3 system, Joey's gonna fit in place. I don't think he'll be a linebacker there, but they got their guy. Do I like the pick? Not so much. I just feel like if you look at Joey Bosa, there are better guys on the board right now. Now, granted, I don't think the Chargers were in the market for Ezekiel Elliott. They got what's his face that let Nas down last year. But the Chargers could have they could have gotten the best tackle available, which was Stanley, or they could have gotten Jalen Ramsey, But they wanted Bosa, so hey man, if y'all want Bosa, shouts out to you Chargers. I hope it works out. But you in a division with Justin Houston and Tom Ali and freaking DeMarcus Ware and the other guy with the big money, Von Miller. You know what I'm saying? Guys like that. You in that division. You kind of want to calm down. Also, Khalil Mack is in that division, so you might want to get somebody to keep not Drew Brees, the other guy, Phillip Rivers upright. And I thought you would have gone tackle there, but anyway, Dallas Cowboys, man. I was really excited about this pick, man. I was trying to tell people, man, like, what about your defense? Defense wins championships. There was nothing Jalen Ramsey could have done to have affected that defense drastically. Year one, there was nothing that Jalen could have done. But Ezekiel Elliott, you bring that guy in, I think he can rush for 2,000 yards. I saw this report that saying some teams think Ezekiel can rush for 1,300 yards. I think that's media crap. The reason I say that because Darren McFadden ran for 1,000 yards in 9 games last year as a Cowboy. With being in rotation with those 3 plays that the kid from Seattle was in, Christian Michael or whatever, and just trading off with Joseph Randle or whatever. But I feel like if Zeke got the full, load since week 1, I got it out of Facebook. If Zeke took the full load since week 1, and got as many carries as DeMarco had gotten, Zeke will break 2,000 yards and at least 700 yards receiving. DeMarco got 1,800 yards getting caught from behind. I try to tell people DeMarco ain't fast. He's not laterally quick. Zeke is fast and laterally quick. Y'all say we got a quarterback with y'all say we got a did you think people want to talk about Romo's injury proneness. Well, you got the best blocking running back in NFL history. You know what I'm saying? It's just, who else was a better blocking running back prospect? Who? Mike Allstott? He's a fullback. They don't count. But Zeke can catch the ball out of the backfield. This is another thing that they didn't tell you last night on TV, and this is why I'm here for y'all. What the Cowboys are going to be able to do is they'll be able to change formation without changing packages. You know what I mean? When you change packages, you're like, bring out the 3 receiver, fullback, running back package, and somebody else will run off. Okay, we're changing formation. Bring in the 2 receiver, 2 running back, 1 tight end formation. Right? They'll do that. If you have 4 receivers and Zeke on the field, and you run a play, you can line Zeke up at that 5th receiver and not have to run him off the field and bring another receiver in. So with that fast movement, you can create more mismatches. You know what I'm saying? You can line Zeke up in the backfield, and that'll force the linebackers to play inside a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They'll just force them to play inside out. The next play, you can line Zeke up outside and force that linebacker to play outside, and that'll cause a mismatch. You see what I'm saying? That'll be outstanding. How it affects the Cowboys defense, man, I think the Cowboys averaged like 15 possessions series per game last year, 15, 16, 17. And when you get tired, you have no pass rush. And the more series you're on the field, the worse you are. When DeMarco was doing his thing with us, we averaged like 8 series. and that's a fresh defense. And a fresh defense is a good defense. I've seen Rod Marinelli get sacks out of Jeremy Mency and George Selvey because the defense was fresh. You see what I'm saying? So if you just keep adding depth there, and we'll see what we do on day two. Zeke completely changes the entire dynamic of the entire team. You know what I'm saying? Also, like if the lineman happened to miss a block, I've seen Zeke do it. He does it on film. He can create his own run lane, make a guy miss, and create positive yards and fall forward for an extra 3. You know, so I'm very excited about this Cowboys pick, man. I'm gonna do an in-depth series about the Cowboys draft picks. I'm not gonna do it for everybody. Sorry. Maybe you should get a Steelers fan to go do some film breakdown. I can't do everybody, y'all. Sorry, but I will make film breakdowns going more in depth about Zeke and how he would affect the Cowboys team. All right. So that's 4 picks. Let me go to the comment section. See what y'all been talking about. And it's 1,000 damn comments. Holy smokes. Don't leave me comments about your team. I'm gonna get to it. I promise. I'm gonna get to it. Let's see. Then I shall wait and enjoy it. Yes. Jared Goff is Matt Ryan 2.0. Yo, look, man, my whole thing about that quarterback comparison. Look, if Jared Goff is Matt Ryan, cool. I'll take that because Matt Ryan's a good quarterback. But if he's Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz can't be Andrew Luck. You know what I mean? That can't happen. Now, Daniel Spencer said Carson Wentz is Jake Plummer, and I think that's kind of cool. You know, Jake Plummer was a big armed, big sized. You know, Jake got fat. Big sized, mobile type of guy. You know what I'm saying? Jake Plummer was a good quarterback for a long time. I dig that. You know, every time we make comparisons with these rookies, they don't always have to be Hall of Fame guys. They can just be serviceable quarterbacks. I like a Matt Ryan comparison. I like a Jake Plummer comparison. I dig that. The draft is still loaded. Yes, I will talk about the leftover guys that are left over. What's up, everybody? Matt Spano, what's happening? We got David in the chat. What's happening, man? Ciaran Hall, what's happening, man? Hakeem up in here. What's happening, man? We about to talk about your Ravens pick real soon. I do too. I laugh hard at that pick. Poe Rivers, hey man, hey man, Chargers gonna charge, right? I like Stanley now. I hope you like Stanley now because you're gonna have to live with him for 4 years with that 5th-year option. So I hope you like Stanley in Baltimore. Don't think he fits a 4-3. I don't like Bosa personally. Don't think he fits a 4-3. Bosa fits a 4-3. He is a 4-3 guy. I tell you what. If y'all want to be for real about it, Joey Bosa be a better 3-tech than he'll be a better 3-tech than he is a defensive end. The Cruise in 26 says do the NFC East. I'm gonna do the entire. I'm doing everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing pick 1 through 31. So when I get to that team, I'll be there. I just knocked out 1 through 4, and every 4 picks I'm gonna come back and check on the comment section and see if I miss anything. The Zeke will underachieve. I don't think he has the backbone to be consistent in the league. Once he has a bad game, he'll cry like a bitch. I bet Zeke will slap the hell out you. Shut up, DMV Pride. Oh, shut up. We're not gonna name call nobody, dog. We don't do that, bro. You don't know. You just guessing. You're a Redskins fan. Shut up. Y'all got Kirk Cousins. Get out of here. Kirk Cousins look like a washing machine repairman. Get out of here. What up, Jason? Jason Roloff. Well, shouts out to you, bro. Let's hit up. That's how you deal with trolls, man. Hit him in the face. Man, Redskins fan. Get out of here. Get out of here. What we got? Jaguars. All right, Jaguars with Jalen Ramsey, bro. I think once the Jaguars come to a realization that Jalen isn't a cornerback, Jags got a hell of a player, man. The Jags put a lot of money into that defense, bro. And let me tell you something. Gus Bradley is if you keep giving him pieces to work with, that man's gonna be outstanding. Now the offense, I think, is fine. You may have a little left tackle controversy for next year. They'll just see how Luke Joker plays out. But I think that offense is fine. Blake Bortles just quietly put up 4,500 yards last year. Just easily did that. So shouts out to him for doing that. That offense is going to be just fine. The Jags this year kind of low-key got 2 first-round picks because Dante Fowler comes back this year. That should be exciting for you guys. So there's an extra pass rush for you guys. And what Jalen Ramsey is going to end up being. He's gonna be a honey badger, Deion Buchanan type of guy. He's not going to be a deep strong safety, and he's not gonna be a press down corner. He can be a corner, but I can be a UFC fighter, right? What you want to do is you want to maximize production. What I think to maximize Jalen Ramsey's production is you want him relatively close to the line of scrimmage, deep enough where he can see everything, but you want everything in front of him. As soon as he turns his back and turns into a corner, that can be a problem for him. But he's going to cover a lot of tight ends. He's going to have a lot of tackles behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to get a lot of sacks. The reason he doesn't have a lot of interceptions because he's not a good cover corner. He doesn't find the ball well behind him. When you go back and watch Jalen Ramsey highlights of those 3 interceptions, they're going to be interceptions when the ball is in front of him, right? You never see Jalen Ramsey in a situation where he's playing behind him, he has to track the ball, turn around, and catch it. He's always in some type of zone situation where he sees it in front of him, and he can read the quarterback's eyes and things like that. That's what Jalen Ramsey's good at. As far as the Ravens go, I don't think the Ronnie Stanley pick is as bad as people let it on to be. Frankly, though, if you're the Ravens, you could have gotten DeForest Buckner, you could have gotten Jack Conklin, you could have gotten Leonard Floyd, you could have gotten Vernon Hargreaves. There are a lot of options for the Ravens, but you went with Ronnie Stanley. I guess y'all were looking for Jonathan Ogden Part 2, somebody to keep Joe Flacco upright on account of he just had his ACL situation going on. So I'd imagine Ravens fans wanted their franchise left tackle. I think Ronnie Stanley's a bit soft. His counterpart would be Jack Conklin. They're the exact opposite dude, man. Ronnie Stanley has great footwork, and Ronnie Stanley is definitely a guy that can keep Joe Flacco upright. But will he have nastiness in the run game in the second level? I don't know. We'll see. But some things you can be conditioned to. Like you can, I wouldn't say teach because you can't teach grit. You can't teach. Nobody taught Jack Conklin to be an animal. He just is. You know what I'm saying? But you can say, yo, Ronnie, I want you to finish these blocks a little more. Now, will he shove people's helmet in the ground when he does it? Nah. Will he knee him in the nuts on the way up? Nah. But if you tell him, hey, man, finish some blocks and, see if you can block somebody else. You can try to not teach, but try to condition a little grit in them. You can definitely pull that move off. Ronnie Stanley, DeForest Buckner for the 49ers. Chip Kelly going Chip Kelly, dog. Pac-12 for the win, bro. I like DeForest Buckner. You put him in there with Arik Armstead, and see what you can do on defense. Now, does that affect the team in the long run? I mean, sure, that defense gets a little better. We'll see what happens with Colin Kaepernick. I would have liked somebody to keep Colin upright or somebody for Colin to throw to. But you can get a guy like Sterling Shepard in the second round. Michael Thomas may be there in the second round. This round 2 is very deep, so we'll just take a look at that whenever we get there. But DeForest Buckner, at this point, you got to take the best player available. And I feel like there were 8 top tier players this year. You know what I mean? There were 10, but 2 got hurt. So 8 top tier players. And DeForest was the last one, considering that Tunzel was going through his tumble. That rhymes, whatever. But DeForest was the last elite player before that drop off happened. And if you're the 49ers getting DeForest Buckner, you just played your boy correctly. He was the best guy there. Can't beat it. The Titans received this pick from the Browns, through the Eagles, through the Dolphins, right? Like number 8, the Dolphins had the number 8 pick. They gave it to the Eagles. The Eagles gave it to the Browns. The Browns gave it to the Titans. You know what I'm saying? Number 8 was so much traction going on, so much movement. I meant to say, so much movement was going on with number 8. But what happens is, there were only so many elite, not even elite, but serviceable tackles. You know what I'm saying? When you think about receiver, if you don't get a receiver in the first round, cool. Farrell Cooper's there. Sterling Shepard's going to be there. Michael Thomas is going to be there. Cool. There are not a lot of day 2 tackles you can really feel confident about. Spriggs is cool, but you don't really feel confident about him. So if you're the Titans, you had to run down to get your tackle to patch that line up for DeMarco Murray and your franchise quarterback. Do your thing. I like this pick going down to the number 8 to go get Jack Conklin. Nasty kid out of Michigan State. So I like that pick from the Titans. Y'all want to know something funny? The Titans still got three picks in the second round and 2 picks in the third round. I think they gave up 1. So they got 4 picks today. The Titans got 4 picks today, man. And there's a lot of talent there. We saw on the top of the board. Titans there's a lot of talent there. So Hey man, it's a lot of stuff going on. Oh yeah, DMV Pride. Deshaun Jackson's gonna drop three touchdowns, but he's gonna catch them. He's just gonna fumble them prior to crossing the end zone. Wench. Let's see. Jags kind of top five in terms of winning this draft. Hey man, the Jags stayed put. The Jags stayed put, and they just keep building, man. They just keep building. You, Kirk Cousins, you're right. You, Kirk Cousins. I think the Jags defense is going to be, yeah, they're going to be tough. The AFC South is getting scary. You know what's bad, man? The worst team in the AFC South could be the best team in the AFC South the year after that. Crazy, man. Crazy. Don't forget about the Houston Texans. Houston can be ridiculous. Conklin will be a right tackle. Yes, Conklin will definitely be a right tackle. My whole thing is people say, why would you get a right tackle? I mean, they have a right tackle already. Right tackles, why would you get two tackles? Well, shit, most teams have two pass rushers. There are two sides to every defense. So you want to have two good serviceable tackles. So Ravens are stacked on offense now, if you say so. I think the Ravens should get a receiver that they can rely on. They got Mike Wallace and Brashad Perriman. Those are the same guys. They can run the hell out the 9 route, but I don't know if they can catch the hell out the 9 route. So we'll see. Miami did that so they could get a great player for less money, if not directly. Man, Miami traded out that pick a long time ago. I don't think Miami knew anybody was falling. I just think Miami got hoodwinked. I think Miami got played by the Eagles in this situation. I don't think that was on purpose. Anyway, questions and comments before I move on. Ooh, excuse me. Questions and comments before I move on to the next set of 4 guys. Let me check the Facebook. Yes, I do think Bosa gave Noah Spencer drugs. I don't come back in 10 years and talk about this crap and laugh. Alright, the Buccaneers traded out of 9. Why? Because you only went back 2 spots and 3 players were on the board that they liked. So, shucks, man, why not? Why not? Yeah, Suggs will definitely try to punk the hell out of Ronnie Stanley for the well-being of the team. I agree. But yes, the Buccaneers, I think they felt good about going Leonard Floyd, Vernon Hargraves, and we'll get to 10 when we get there. But I think the Bucs felt good about trading back, so they picked up an extra pick, and they still got the guy that they wanted. So great move by the Bucs there for moving around and still getting your guy. As far as the Bears that actually picked that number 9, they got Leonard Floyd. Depending on how you use him, you can either use him as an edge guy, you can use him as a full-fledged linebacker that blitzes sometimes. I think he'll be an edge guy. With Leonard Floyd, you have the best first step in the draft. I don't think you have the best pass rusher. What I mean by that is Leonard Floyd is very explosive off the line of scrimmage. But does he have like a big tool belt of pass rush moves to get to the quarterback? Nah, because if you catch him up in that backfield, he's just caught. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just it's really whatever you make of it. If you can teach him how to finish a little bit, then Leonard Floyd is a great pick right there. Because the Bears really, we all walked into this saying the Bears should just pick the best defender available, and if they pick, if they thought that Leonard was the best defender there, if that's how their board played out, shouts out to the Bears, they got a good pass rusher. Somebody should teach him some moves. He has a first step and explosiveness, but you gotta be able to teach him some moves. As far as the Giants go, a lot of people were making fun of the Giants for Eli Apple picking at number 10. I made fun of him too. Here's the bright side about Eli Apple, man. You get a young guy with a great skill set. He's 6'1", pretty big guy. These teams like lone corners. You get a guy that's physical, and he's a young corner to build around. And you can never have too many corners. I guess his downsides are, I could say that Vernon Hargraves was on the board, but maybe the Giants wanted a big corner. I don't know, but I do think Eli Apple will lead the league in pass interference next year. So if you just teach him how to not grab so much, how to not be so aggressive, and how to just ride the routes a little bit better, Eli Apple could be alright, but I do think it's a reach. But good player. Good player. And if y'all really want to shore up your cornerback position, hey man, do your thing. But the Buccaneers got Vernon Hargreaves, which is the best cover corner in the league. I think anytime you have Vernon Hargreaves, you can do one or two things with him. You can either cover smaller receivers, or you can put him in a slot. He'll be the best slot guy in the league. If you're the Buccaneers and they play, they're playing the Panthers or something like that, you can put him on Ted Ginn or Philly Brown and feel good about it. But if you can't put him on Kelvin Benjamin. Kelvin Benjamin will size him up. If you're playing the Falcons, you can put him on Justin Hardy, but you can't put him on what's his face, Julio Jones. You know what I mean? So you just got to pick your battles with that one. But I think you got a pretty good pick here. On the same token that he was your guy, he's who you wanted. You got an extra pick, and you still got your guy, and you can never have too many cornerbacks, like I said. So most teams have more than two receivers. You should have more than two corners. And the Saints picking up Sheldon Rankins. That's that one pick when me and my homeboy looked at it yesterday. We looked at it and we said, well, that's that one pick that's been consistent through every mock draft for the past 3 months. Sheldon Rankins to the Saints. The Saints were in another situation where they could pick the best defender available and be fine with it. So, hey, I ain't mad at the Saints for doing that. You wanted to shore up your defense. Sheldon Rankins could plug up the run, and he can wouldn't call him a pass rusher. There are other guys that can rush the passer better, but he's good with his hands and he's quick inside, so he could put a little pressure on the passer, and you can kind of just go from there. Hey, nice. Okay, that's 4 guys. Cool. Let's go to the comments. That's what I was doing. Somebody hit me up on Facebook. Let's see what they're talking about on Facebook. Okay, yeah, it's just a mess on Facebook. All right, cool. Let's go to the comment section. Where y'all at, YouTube comments? Let's see. Is she? I should leave these YouTube comments up because every time I leave and come back to the YouTube comments, it's like 1,000 comments when I come back. Fitzpatrick situation, I'll talk about it. Slow down, Just fan. I'm gonna get there. Guava Gomez, where you from? Guava Gomez. I like my foreign listeners, and Guava Gomez isn't necessarily an American name, I don't think. But hell, you might be. I don't know shit. It's all good. Dotson can compensate for D. Jax's mistakes. Brandon Carr may get a face full of Dotson's nuts. Well, I don't know why you want to put your nuts in men's faces trying to cover them. To be fair, DMV pride, Josh Dotson probably get his ass busted this year. We'll probably whip his ass pretty bad. Now Dotson, he's going to be great year 2, year 3. But I do think Dotson won't have a great rookie campaign, but he'll have a good sophomore, third-year campaign. So, all right, DMV Pride, I see you, bro. As a Packers fan, I'm not worried about Floyd just yet. You shouldn't be. Not just yet. He's a big ball of athleticism. He's not polished just yet. Plus, they get Kevin White back. I forgot. Congratulations. The Bears get two rookies as well. They get Kevin White back. So but we'll see how Kevin White does because he kind of rose up last minute last year too as well. So we'll just see how he does. Bear down. Bears, we're the real deal next season. I applaud your fandom. I applaud your fandom. Eli Apple shocked me a little bit. It shocked me too. As Cutler, as long as Cutler is the quarterback, hey man, Cutler ain't bad. He just made some bad decisions. We're gonna see when he play Julio. Sure. They're improving a lot. We as Bears fans can't speak. I'll take improvements. We are still the worst in the division. Yes, the Bears. Don't get that twisted, Bears fans. Y'all still the worst in the division, but y'all made some good moves this year. So relax a little bit. We can win the division. We can easily win the division. I don't agree. I don't know the Lions and the Bears. I don't know. Y'all gonna have a fight at the bottom. I don't know. We'll see. Moving on, 13. Smoke weed every day. Larry Tunsil with the gas mask. The Dolphins got to steal here. I don't think Larry Tunsil is a habitual marijuana user because he passed all of his drug tests. He just had a video of him smoking marijuana. I'm sure every draft prospect in the situation has smoked marijuana. The problem is the video released 10 minutes before your PR department could do anything about it. You know what I'm saying? It released 10 minutes before the draft started. You in the green room chilling, you check your phone, next thing you know, you trending. Your PR department couldn't make a move. You couldn't make a statement. You couldn't say, yo, that was 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? You kind of had to just fall. This was almost as worse as the La'el Collins situation. The problem is La'el didn't get drafted. We thought he killed somebody. But the thing about Larry Tunsil, he's still the best player in the draft. He's still the best offensive lineman in the draft. And I think, the Dolphins didn't dolphin this time. Usually I just be like, the Dolphins going dolphin and do dolphin stuff. And the Dolphins have seemed to have gotten older at every position so far. Larry Tunsil's a pretty good pick for the Dolphins, man. So it's unfortunate for the young man that this happened to him. I think there is no other option but to allegedly, maybe not saying that it should happen, but maybe if this was to happen in a movie, you should assassinate that movie character to stop defaming you. Yes. If this was a movie or a fictional storybook, and this happened to a character in a story, the person that did this to you should be assassinated. Yes. Yes, that's right. Because you just can't go around saying things like that, so we're going to put it in fictional terms. Yes, if this was a fictional movie, that person should be assassinated and out of your life. Okay? Especially if that fictional person was a parent or a step-parent. That fictional person should be assassinated. So, rough. Anyway, but yes, outstanding pick for the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins got the steal of the night. Boy, we still got candidates for the reach of the night. So I hit my Dougie. I didn't think the Raiders would take Carl Joseph this early. I view Carl Joseph as an early second-round guy. But me and my homeboy said we're sitting around, we're looking at mocks, we're looking at things, we're looking at projections. What were the Raiders really going to pick? The Raiders were pretty much set across the board almost. So, I mean, the best thing to do was just to pick somebody and hope that person was good. And if they thought that Carl Joseph was the guy that they wanted, go ahead and shore up a need. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and get Carl Joseph, a guy that's going to fly around and knock people out. Now, I don't think the highlights do a good enough job of explaining that Carl Joseph likes to miss. But you're definitely going to get a tone setter on your defense. Don't worry about the whole injury. I'm a firm believer of modern medicine. And heels need up quick. Knees heal up quick. So don't trip, bro. As far as the next pick, as far as the Browns go, I don't know how I feel, man, because Corey Coleman is a good step in the right direction, but the Browns going brown. Now Corey Coleman likes to beat people on deep balls. Robert Griffin can throw the football really far, so I think this probably should have been Taylor Decker. Maybe. The Browns had an outstanding offensive line last year, in my opinion. They lost 3 of those guys. You might want to make up some space. The Browns may draft Zach Martin little brother next round. So in day 2, we'll see. But with Corey Coleman, you get a playmaker, and on the flip side, you also get a guy that might flat out ruin his career messing around with the damn Browns. So I don't know, man. We'll see. We're just gonna have to see how this will play out. But I hope Corey Coleman walks out of this alive or whatever. But Taylor Decker, yes, Taylor Decker. I feel like the Lions definitely needed that. The Lions needed that boost in protection, because if you look at the Lions, I mean, they kind of fixed their receiver problems a little bit. We'll see what Amir Abdullah will do. I don't think that'll stop me from getting a late round running back, a Paul Perkins type of guy. But it was either gonna be restock up on D line or restock up on O line, and there are plenty of defensive linemen to go around the second round or day 2 or whenever you choose to pick them. So get the last serviceable offensive lineman on the board. I like this pick for the Lions. So yes. Shouts out to the Lions for not being the Lions this time. Let's see. As I hit my Dougie again. Him and Mac would have been nice. Raiders should have drafted Miles Jack. I don't know, man. Look for Miles Jack in round 2. Now we need to hope he don't party with Knee Wade. That's hysterical. In Miami. That's hysterical. Yes, tons of lost millions. At least he got drafted, though. Lynch to challenge Sanchez day 1. I'll have my opinions about Paxton Lynch and the Broncos situation a little later. Rounds 2 through 5, what Nicholas said. Sure. Miles Jack to Dallas at 32. Y'all need to go watch my Kevin Dodd video, man, because I've been calling for Kevin Dodd all year. I actually predicted Zeke going number 4, and I got Kevin Dodd going to us in the second round. I had Jonathan Bullard, but the closer the draft got, I felt like a lot of people were going to fall, and sure enough, Kevin Dodd fell. If you don't know how good Kevin Dodd is, go watch my Kevin Dodd video. Okay, let's check out the next set of picks then. Who do you think the Bears will get in the second round? Don't be surprised if the Bears looked at one of those defensive tackles that fell. One of the Alabama kids, maybe. Don't be surprised if the Bears could go, look for a guy like Xavier Howard. Xavier Howard, Will Redmond still exists. If you want to have 2 Fullers on your team, look out for Kyle, little brother. That's a possibility. I think the Raiders stick with defense in the second round, and they try to get a receiver in the third. Just my opinion. If not, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yes, look out for the Bears to go defense and receiver again. Just my guess. They may go D-line cornerback. We'll see. Everybody's mocks were bad. Yes, because mocks suck and nobody can predict mock drafts. All right, the next 4 picks, 17 through 20. The Atlanta Falcons got the reach of the day. Now, Keanu Neal got a lot of steam building up into the draft process, I never would have thought he would have first round steam. I had Keanu Neal as a 4th round guy, okay? Or a 3rd round guy at the most. I like Keanu Neal in the 3rd round, My problem with drafting Keanu Neal at 17, watch this. Let me go back to my draft tracker. My problem with drafting Keanu Neal at 17, Shaq Lawson is on the board. Darren Lee is on the board. William Jackson III is on the board. You can put somebody at slot. At the nickel corner. Or something. Kenny Clark is on the board. Robert Kennedy, Vernon Butler's on the board. Kevin Dodd's on the board. Depending on how you feel about Camelot Correa, he's on the board. Joshua Garnett at guard, if you want to keep Matt Ryan upright, is on the board. I feel like all those guys would be better than Keanu Neal at 17. Why? Because for what Keanu Neal can give you at 17, Jeremy Cash can give you the same thing, or Sua Cravens, or Miles Kilbrew they can all give you the same thing later on. You know what I'm saying? Not only was it a reach, but it ain't like you reached for somebody that you really needed or somebody that you had to have. You passed guys that were better than him. And that made the reach a lot worse. I know I named a lot of guys, but mostly the picks were Shaq Lawson and Darren Lee. I would have felt better if Miles Jack was the pick. Granted, I don't want Miles Jack to go to the Falcons. I want him to go to the Cowboys, but that's all in fun of war, right? But the better pick would have been a linebacker or a pass rusher. What does Keanu Neal do for you day one? I'm not bashing. No, Dan. No, you my dude. Dan, you my dude. And you agree, Daniel. You don't like Darren Lee, but you'll take Darren Lee over Keanu Neal. You don't like Reggie Ragland that much, but you'll take him over Keanu Neal. You love Shaq Lawson. You love Shaq Lawson. I know you'll take him over Keanu Neal. I'm not bashing. I'm not bashing Falcons fans because y'all ain't bash me. So I ain't got a problem for you. You don't know our defense, clearly? Okay. I don't know your defense. Okay, cool. Okay. Cool. I don't know your defense. Dirk, would you rather have Miles Jack or Keanu Neal? I'll wait. I'll wait for your response. Dirk, since I clearly don't know your defense. I'll wait. With Vic Beasley on one side, you wouldn't want Shaq Lawson on the other side? Okay? What up, Devin Gonzalez? Okay? You wouldn't want Miles Jack? Okay? You wouldn't want Miles Jack over Keanu Neal? Huh, Dirk? Respond to me. Respond, Dirk. Respond. I clearly don't know y'all defense. That means you're implying I don't know what I'm talking about. Tell me, would you rather have Keanu Neal or Shaq Lawson across from Vic Beasley? Keanu Neal, Miles Jack. Keanu Neal, Darren Lee running free. What you want? What you want? That's all I'm saying, Dirk. You ain't gotta call me out, Dirk. You my dude, Dirk. I call you Dirk even when your name don't say Dirk on the screen. When you in the Facebook group and you turn into DeWard, I still call you Dirk. Why? Because I have personal relationships with y'all. Not real personal, but I know y'all from a audience reflection standpoint. You know what I mean? I hate Darren Lee. He's ass. Darren Lee ass. Damn it, Keanu Neal ass for number 17. Damn it. We can't bury Shaq behind three guys. Don't come at me, Dirk. I'm on your team. Not really. Darren Lee wouldn't be the right pick. Darren Lee would be a better pick. That's all I'm saying. Move on. Because I don't want to bash the Falcons. I ain't got to say much for this next pick because there's been this campaign that we've been hashtagging for a while called Save Luck. And Luck finally gets his center. A lot of people thought this was a reach down, like how they wouldn't take a center in the first round. Well, same thing about running backs. People devalue the running back situation because they ain't got one. You know, people like the Cowboys with Travis Frederick, we respect the center position because we know what it comes with. And Andrew Luck gets his Jeff Saturday with Ryan Kelly. So, stout dude. He rarely goes backwards. Powerful guy. I love him on the second level. And I didn't really address Keanu Neal because I was, bashing. If I can make y'all feel better about Keanu Neal, he's a rangy dude. He can get across field in a hurry. He'll knock your ass out. He's a missile. And he plays angry. And if you want somebody on your defense to set the tone early in games and play angry, that's the type of dude you got in Keanu Neal. If you need him to come down and play a little bit of hybrid linebacker type of dude, sure, he can be that guy as well. Okay? All right. Let me go back to the YouTube comments to settle things with Dirk. Let me see. Reggie Ragland would have been a better pick. Right. I said that too, Dirk. I said that too. Would you rather have Reggie Ragland or Keanu Neal? Since I don't know the Falcons defense like that. Answer the question, Dirk. Answer the question. We have a lot of defensive ends. Sure, but you can never have too many defensive ends. Dan Quinn plays fast. Rotation. That pick would have been better than Keanu Neal. Get Jeremy Cash, bro. Shaq Lawson and Jeremy Cash is a better haul than Keanu Neal and whoever the hell you get in the second round. That's all I'm saying. I ain't trying to, I don't want to bump heads with nobody, but Dirk kind of got me riled up, man. Vach, if Dodd is the word, where do you put him on the left side? Yes, I put Dodd on the left side and let DeMarcus Lawrence play the right side. I love the pick, very safe. Vach, remember when I vetoed Neal in the second? When we mocked the dude, you vetoed Keanu Neal in the second round. Hey man, Von Bell is a better cover. Yeah, I agree. Von Bell would be a little better. Yeah, I don't think Von Bell falls that far. I think Von gets taken early in the second. If we take Kevin Dodd, where do you put him? You stick him on the left edge, yes. And watching more tape of him today, he can bend it. Yes, he can bend the hell out the edge. Yes. Carl Joseph, Rookie of the Year. Stop it. Vach, if you know our defense, what position is called the elephant roll? I don't get into that made up shit Dan Quinn be doing. I don't get into all that. I just look at the players. Damn it. I wish I could live chat. Oh, damn it, I wish we could live chat too, man. It is what it is. What up, Vach? What do you think of my Niners draft? I said, okay, you're a Niners fan. Yeah, cool. What I said about the 49ers was Buckner was the last of the big name or the big talent players or whatever, and Chip Kelly took the best player available. So the Niners did a good thing by not reaching and taking the best player available. Shouts out to the Niners. He'll help the defense, whatever. I don't want to argue with y'all, man, because y'all my people, man. Daniel Spencer gonna have me on his podcast soon. That's my dude, man. I call Dirk by his nickname. That's my dude, man. Hey man, but look, if y'all like Keanu Neal, man, more power to you. You know what I mean? If y'all like Keanu Neal, more power to you. Let's see, what pick am I on? Yes, the Buffalo Bills. Yes, I thought the Buffalo Bills were gonna go quarterback to fix that Tyrod Taylor situation. They did not. Instead, they went Shaq Lawson. I like Shaq Lawson. I'm surprised his ass fell to number 19. I thought Shaq would be in play for the Buccaneers or the Rams. Not the Rams, the Saints. I thought Shaq Lawson was going to be upon one of those guys. There was actually a point in this draft where I was hoping Shaq Lawson fell to 34. I doubt it happened, but I guess that shoulder caused a little more problems. But for Shaq to fall to number 19, I can dig that. I put Shaq up there. Shaq ain't too far behind Joey Bosa in my opinion. So. It is what it is with that. 18, 19, 20. One more pick before we take another comment break. Let me come back and see what Dan and Dirk talking about, because I don't want these Atlanta people pissing at me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we cool, man, but I don't want y'all. I respect everybody that watch me, man. Yes, big boy, 51-ish. I like the pick too. We cool like that. All respect in here. Hakeem, all respect in here. Even though you laughed at me talking about we was going to take Joey Bosa, shouts out to you. I will talk about that soon. Yes, I wonder when boys get picked. Yes, going to Dan's going to go to Twitch. I'll watch it, man. I'll watch you on Twitch talk about this. Let me finish this up and I'll go to Twitch after that and do all that. Let me finish this stuff up, though. We're almost done, sort of. How much time we at? We're at an hour? Cool. This should take me another 30 minutes or so. But I'm going to get something to eat. I'm going to take a nap because I've been driving all day. I wanted to do this for y'all, man. I ain't got no microphone set up. I'm doing this for y'all. Impromptu stuff. Let's talk about the Jets. The Jets Darren Lee pick. I think Reggie Ragland would have been a better pick here for that system. Darren Lee is I said this earlier, but now that we're here, I think Darren Lee is a 4-3 weak side linebacker. He's a guy that you should want to run free. Darren Lee isn't a guy to take on blockers. You don't want Darren Lee to run, into any clutter because Darren Lee. Let me charge my phone. Because Darren Lee doesn't like to finish plays. Darren Lee is very athletic. Darren Lee can cover a lot of skill players. And Darren Lee is very athletic, and he will always be by the football. The problem is Darren Lee doesn't finish like you would want a middle linebacker to. With the New York Jets in y'all system, y'all would have 2 inside linebackers and 2 outside linebackers. So y'all would have enough athletes to compensate. If you put Reggie Ragland in and let him play A-gap to A-gap, it'll produce a more physical product opposed to, Darren Lee running into people, But, the Darren Lee pick it's not a bad pick. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a fine pick. I would just like for Darren Lee to finish guys a little more. Just finish a little better to end the process. But I think Todd Bowles could fix that. Will Fuller, I don't like Will Fuller being the second receiver off the board. I don't like Will Fuller in the first round. When I look at Will Fuller, I look at a faster Terrence Williams. He's a body catcher. He doesn't attack the ball in the air. He fights it off sometimes. He rarely catches things clearly, but when he gets the ball in his hand, he could be a problem. It sounds a lot like Ted Ginn Jr., doesn't it? And I wouldn't take Ted Ginn Jr. in the first round. So I don't like Will Fuller there in the at that spot. But if you a guy, what's the kid's name? What's his face? If you're Brock Osweiler, give me as many weapons as you can, coach, and just let me play. Let me go to Lamar Miller. Let me go to Hopkins. You could give me some offensive line help. You know what I'm saying? That'll be nice. But Will Fuller's the pick. I don't too much like it. It is what it is. But once the ball is in his hand, he can be dynamic. So you can throw a lot of slots and bubbles and screens his way, and you'll make up the difference. Redskins. The Redskins picked up Josh Doctson. People expected the Redskins to go defense tackle, but the closer the draft day got, I feel like a lot of people wouldn't. There was supposed to be this run on wide receivers or whatever. It's your boy. Okay, he liked my tweet. Cool. I feel like there was going to be a run on wide receivers, and there was, but I didn't think the Redskins were going to be a part of that. But closer to the draft process, close to the draft, I did think the Redskins just needed a defense tackle, and there's plenty of those. So the Redskins could go in a different direction. I also thought the Bengals wouldn't go receiving. I'm going to tell y'all why later. But the Redskins drafting Josh Doctson, I mean, cool. You can put Pierre Garçon in the slot where he belongs. You get Kirk Cousins, somebody else to throw to. You put the kid Jordan Reed. Jordan Reed's going to get his catches. Deshaun's going to get his deep balls to his side, and Will Fuller can play the red zone verticals. So that pick actually would help the Redskins offense and make it a little more dynamic. So shouts out to the Redskins for making that pick. The Vikings drafting rich homie Quan Treadwell. You get your compliment to Stephen Diggs. You finally get you a number 1 receiver, a guy that can play with a little bit of physicality. Teddy Bridgewater badly needed somebody to throw to. They made the playoffs with a kind of cool offensive line, Adrian Peterson and Stephen Diggs. And if you add Laquan Treadwell to that, you only got more and more problems. So I think that's a great pick by the Vikings. I'm surprised that Rich Homie was the 4th receiver to come off the board like that. I like Rich Homie a lot better than Will Fuller. You can argue with me. I will allow somebody to argue Josh Doctson over Laquan Treadwell. I will not entertain Will Fuller over Laquan Treadwell. I will not do it. So, shouts out to the Vikings for getting the steal right there. And we're going to do one more. Thing I was saying about the Bengals, 2 things I think happened here. So hysterical. Watch this. I said I didn't think the Bengals were going to draft a receiver here because the Bengals don't need a top-notch receiver. They got AJ. So they could just get a complimentary guy. How good would the Bengals be if they got like Sterling Shepard or Farrell Cooper in the 2nd round? And he would just be a compliment to AJ Green. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the Bengals would do something to stockpile picks on the defense somewhere. You know what I mean? They weren't going to go quarterback. They doubled down on tackles last year. They ain't even playing. They just sitting down waiting for their turn to come up. And and they can get a receiver later. They can also go running back at some point if that's something that they wanted to do. So it leaves you with this with what to do with defense, right? And what I think the Bengals did was I think they said, you know what, we can have another one of these. Also, I know our division opponent that drafts directly behind us wants this guy. Let's put him on our team so they won't have him. And let's also add another cornerback because you can never have too many cornerbacks. So I applaud the Bengals for drafting William Jackson III right here. They get an additional cornerback, an additional young corner that they can just bring up whenever they're ready, in a Roby for the Broncos type of way, how the Broncos did Roby, just in that type of direction. And the Steelers didn't get him, division opponent. And with that being said, the Steelers had to reach for Artie Burns, and I think that was kind of rough. If you the Steelers, you in a bad spot, bro. You could have got a defensive lineman or something, but they really needed a cornerback, so I guess they went to go get Artie Burns. And I don't look at Artie Burns as a first-round corner, but Steelers had to do what they had to do. So that being said, let's take a look at the comments here. Jets play a lot of 4-3. They're more of a hybrid team. You know what hybrid means? Non-traditional. Let's see. Darren Lee is a slower Shazier and less explosive. Shazier, world class, bro. Okay, I got you. Yes, Shazier. Yes. He a slower Shazier. Yes, I got you. Cool. Jets linebacker core slow as dirt prior to signing. Prior to Lee signing though. I have a hard time reading today. My bad. Lee brings speed. Yes, Lee brings speed, but he ain't tackling nobody. That's my whole deal. Like I said, hey, if y'all like y'all picks, cool. Cause like I said, I'm cool with all y'all. But in moments like these, I'm only looking out for the Cowboys. Okay? And during the season when we play, I'm looking out for the Cowboys. I'm just telling y'all what I think. Know what I'm saying? Whether y'all agree or not, that's on y'all. Know what I mean? But I would like for Darren Lee to finish a lot better. So you can bring speed, so whatever. Chip drafting Vernon Adams. I don't know. Maybe. I wish Lee was stronger. Me too. Will Fuller is a 3-route receiver, streaks, slants, and screens. Yep. Don't forget outs. Let's see. Is that enlarged aorta really? Yeah. They're saying that Reggie Ragland was having some heart problems, but they're saying it could not be a problem, but they're also saying it could be a problem. So it is what it is. Vach, it's your boy. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Nicholas Ruiz just like a tweet on Twitter. Hey man, we got 100 Twitter followers, dog. We married. Follow me on Twitter, man. Vach Lombardi. I be posting stuff on there. Yeah, but about the enlarged aorta, I don't know. I'm no doctor, but I'd be worried about the health problems. Shame on Smith, Jack, and Ragland. Shame. I'm pretty salty at the Bengals. Yep. Yeah, I think the Bengals got y'all, man. I think the Bengals really got y'all. The Bengals was good. Not the Steelers pick, though. Already over McKenzie. Mackenzie Alexander was alive. Yep. The Vikings came up. Yep. Said gonna be hating on you and calling you Akon soon. Draylon. If the Bengals would have gotten Quan, that's a whole different story. Dallas messed over the Ravens Nation. Ramsey should have been ours. That's y'all business. Straight up, homie. Speaking of Bengals, how in the hell does Marvin Lewis still have a job? I think Marvin Lewis got some dirt on somebody. I think Marvin Lewis either got some dirt on somebody or somebody owe him a favor because he just keep coming back. I've seen people get fired for lesser. I've seen people get fired after like Super Bowl season. So I don't know. Artie Long is rangy. So I can see why they did it. He's rangy, but he doesn't change direction well. So like I said, if y'all want it, Artie Burns, yes, Artie Burns. Hey, if y'all want it, Artie, go get Artie. I ain't mad at y'all for getting Artie. Cowboys all day. They trying to pick a hit? Okay, cool. Yes, the Cowboys trading down. They're trying to trade down to 34. I think it's to get Kevin Dodd or somebody. Let's see. Left off on the Bengals, the Steelers. Cool. The Broncos went down to get Paxton Lynch. This was my thinking about that. My whole idea about that. I thought that the Browns would get Connor Cook simply because of the situation. Paxton Lynch is the better finishing product, the better finished product than Connor Cook. Because I looked at it from a Dallas standpoint. If you put Paxton Lynch behind Tony Romo for like 3 years, Paxton Lynch could be outstanding in a few years. But if you need somebody to start the day, I would go with Connor Cook. You know what I'm saying? He's playing the pro offense. He's football ready now. You know what I mean? So I thought the Broncos would go Connor Cook, who's ready to start now. Paxton Lynch ain't ready to start now. So if you're the Broncos, you kind of got this dilemma of rookie quarterback or Mark Sanchez. That's a very strange situation. And they traded down to get him too. So Cowboys was gonna get Paxton Lynch, but hey man, we get our picks left over and we get to draft a defensive end. So I'm cool with that. As far as Kenny Clark to the Packers, a lot of people thought this was a head scratcher. I simply looked at it as this is a passing league, and Kenny Clark is a interior defensive lineman that can pass rush. Why is Jaron Reed and Ashawn Robinson and Andrew Billings on the board? Because Kenny Clark can rush better than them. I think they're better defensive linemen than Kenny Clark, but I think with Kenny Clark, you still get a good defensive lineman, also a guy that could pass rush. So I think that's what happened with that whole situation. So the Packers were just thinking ahead a little bit. They draft pretty well. I think the 49ers trading down to go get Josh Burns, I think that was a bit of a reach. I think what did I say? Josh Burns, Josh Garnett. I forgot what I say. The 49ers actually giving up picks to go get Josh Garnett. I think he would have been there later. If not, Christian Westerman would have been there. If not, Zach Martin's little brother would have been there. I think you could have just stayed where you were if you wanted a guard. But if you're the 49ers, boy, speaking of which, the 49ers, I ain't think about this. Chip Kelly stay in that Pac-12, don't he? Chip Kelly stay in that Pac-12, don't he? I just thought about this. God damn it. Chip Kelly traded down to get a Pac-12 guy. Holy smokes. Oh, man. That is crazy. Welp. Hey, man, if you needed an offensive lineman, do your thing, homie. If you really needed a guard and you liked Garnett, do your thing. I ain't mad at you, cowboy up. But I do think there was a reach right there. There are other guards that you could have even gotten the white hair kid. But hey, man, if you like Garnett and you want to trade up to get him just to keep that Pac-12 going, do your thing. I didn't think Robert Kimdichie was going to go first round, but if it's a team that can take a chance on him, it'll be a team that was established already, like the Arizona Cardinals. Another thing that came into play is Robert Kimdichie can rush the passer from the defensive tackle position better than Jaron Reed, Andrew Billings, and Ashawn Robinson. So that makes a little sense why Robert Kimdichie went ahead of those guys, and the same could be said for Vernon Butler. These are your pass rushing defensive tackles, even though I do think the other defensive tackles are a tad bit better. I love Andrew Billings. But I do think these three DTs, they pass rush a little better. You know what I'm saying? They're quick on the inside. So the Panthers, I think the Panthers got some defensive tackles with some contract issues coming up too. Starr and I forgot the kid's name, but the other defensive tackle that plays for Carolina. That whole defensive line is about to go through a contract situation. So. Hey, get Vernon Butler, bring him in early while you still got those other two guys, and fit them in at some point. And the last pick of the draft. Scratch. I'm missing something. No, I ain't missing nothing cool. The Seattle Seahawks, who they traded with the Broncos, and whatnot, they ended up getting Jermaine and Fetty. What I like about this pick was Russell Wilson. People forgot at the end of the season, Russell, when he was going off with Doug Baldwin. At the beginning of the season, that offensive line was looking horrible. People forgot that. So the Seahawks, they moved around. And they're probably going to get Jermaine and Fetty anyway. So they got an extra pick from the Broncos at 26. And they still got their guy, I think. And Jermaine and Fetty is a big, heavy trash can full of dirt type of guy. Very stout dude. You know what I'm saying? Long arms. He got stuff to work on, but he can play guard and right tackle, specifically right tackle. I don't think he can be a left tackle. He might not be a right tackle, but he can definitely play guard. I think any offensive lineman that can improve the Seahawks keep Russell Wilson alive situation, I think that's a good thing. It's all full go. All right, so I'm gonna close that down. That is my assessment of round one, and if I could just free thought it, just guys off the top of the head, the remaining guys that's left over in this draft. First of all, let me take a look at these comments. Then I'm gonna talk about the guys left over for round two. Paxton Lynch getting compared to Flacco. Apparently, maybe Kubiak felt comfortable there. Hey, when you get to 27, put some respect on it. Shut up. Akon. When has a 6'7" quarterback ever been successful? Stop it. Hakeem, what am I stopping? Or you talking to somebody else, whatever. Trade up, yeah, but it was a reach. Niners heard Seahawks wanted him. Hey, if the Seahawks wanted Josh Garnett, cool. Get Whitehair. Get Westerman. Get Zach Martin, little brother. You got options. I wouldn't just, trade picks or whatever. The 49ers trade pick was confusing. It was confusing, but hey, Pac-12 going Pac-12. Let's see. Scroll up. Okay, nobody said that. Garnett is way better than the next tier of guards. That, my good friend, I don't agree with. Whitehair, yes, Nicholas. Whitehair was there. Ronnie Stanley apparently is allergic to crab cakes. Damn, damn, Ronnie Stanley. I thought the Panthers would have went corner. They should surprise me with the star and Kawan Short. Yes, Kawan Short. My thing about the Panthers and their cornerback situation, I think the Panthers have proven that they make their money in their front seven. Y'all remember there's a Jay-Z song called Lost Ones where people was going around saying they made Hove, and if he said, okay, you made Hove, make another Hove. I think the Panthers feel like they made Josh Gordon. And if Josh Gordon wanted to go make some money somewhere else, cool. We'll just beef up this front line and we'll make another Josh Gordon. And I think what they'll do is they'll find some corners to replace him pretty well. So that's why I think the Panthers didn't draft corner. But that's not to say that they won't draft one later. I really like Malik Collins from Nebraska. Don't know where he should go. Well, let's talk about Malik Collins then. Let's talk about the guys remaining. In no particular order. I'm just going to name positions. I'm just going to go down who's available. So, Connor Cook and Christian Hackenberg and Dak Prescott are available. And just guys I think that are going today. A lot of... Oh, man, it may be a run on running backs in the third round. I don't know if any second round running backs go, but I don't know. We'll see. But when it comes to the third round, think about all of them. Just say all of them go. Wide receivers left over, like I said, Farrell Cooper and what's his face? Sterling Shepard's left over. Leonte Carew may go this in day two. He's left over. And Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas is the best player left over, the best receiver left over, in my opinion. So, look out for him as well. Any of those tight ends, I didn't watch a lot of film on the tight end class because they all, were horrible. So, whatever. Tight ends, offensive lineman left over. Jason Spriggs still there. I named the guards earlier. Now this is where it gets interesting. I'm gonna bunch all these defensive players together in my mind because they're the best guys available, right? You got Kevin Dodd, Noah Spence, Jonathan Bullard, Ashawn Robinson, Jaron Reed, Reggie Ragland, Miles Jack and Jalen Smith. Um, Deion Jones may be a day two guy. Uh, Will Redmond and the kid from Xavier Howard probably be there. All 8 of them safeties. It's like 5 safeties that could go in round 3. Look out for them. Uh, yeah. Somebody said that kicker was gonna go today. I doubt it. Yeah, and yeah, Ogba. I didn't name Ogba because I don't really like Ogba. Andrew Billings is another one. Yes. Now, where do I see these guys going? I'm not about to do Shalik Calhoun. Yes, him too. I'm not gonna do a full on mock draft right now because I'm hungry. I want to get something to eat because I woke up at 5 to drive from Houston to Mississippi, and I want to go take a nap and get ready for for day 2 today. But I do think that day 2 would be really exciting, and I do think there would be a lot of movement in day 2. I think Ogba would be a 3rd round guy. I just don't think he's consistent enough to maintain a 2nd round pick. I don't know, but we'll see though. But yes. Be on the lookout for all those guys. For all those guys I named. I think the big marquee names that will go early in the 2nd round. Look out for Kevin Dodd, Noah Spence, Jonathan Bullard, Miles Jack. Look out for all those guys. And those Alabama guys, those 3 Alabama guys. Look out for those guys. Reed, Robinson, and Ragland. All right. So this was my impromptu show. Like I said, we had the draft, but I ain't just want to leave y'all, hanging like that. I ain't got my microphone. I ain't got no setup. The audio is probably worse than what it usually is, but I'm tired as hell, y'all. But I'm trying to hold it down for y'all. So look out for me on Daniel Spencer's podcast today. He left the chat box. I guess he got tired of talking. He got tired of listening to me. That's my dude though. So check out Daniel Spencer podcast. I'm gonna be on there soon. And yes, check us out in the Facebook group. We had a post in the Facebook group. It was 500 comments. It was very fun to interact with y'all or whatever and all that. And we're gonna keep that same trend going today for day 2. All right, so y'all be safe out there. We're running up on an hour and 30 minutes. If y'all need to go watch other film videos, go watch my other film sessions. Y'all hold it down for the Doski Woski and the Peasky Whiskey. Y'all be cool, man. Wasn't much cowboy talk, which I always appreciate. Hey, man, it is gonna be some Cowboys talk. I'm gonna name it Cowboy Talk. You know what I mean? But I gotta try to be fair to everybody that tune in because everybody ain't Cowboys fans. All right, hold it down for the Doski Woski.